Avon.
Here.
Caledonia.
Here.
Canisius.
Here.
Geneseo.
Here.
Groveland.
Here.
Lester. Lima.
Here.
Livonia.
Here.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Here.
Nunde.
Here.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Here.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Here.
York.
Here. I'd like to ask Board Supervisor William Devine to please lead us in the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two sets of meeting minutes for your consideration. The first is our final board meeting in 2021 on the 15th of December. Anybody have any corrections that they'd like to bring forward at this time? Hearing none, I look for a motion in a second, please.
Munt Schuster. Second.
We have a motion in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? They carried. Next, we have our organizational meeting, the 3rd of January. Any corrections or changes anybody would like to bring forward? Hearing none, a motion.
Move Falk. Second, Gana.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And they're carried as well. Communications, please. Michelle.
The next conversation with the county will be held on February 1st at 7 p.m. Canisius Town Hall, 6210 South Livonia Road, Canisius. Receipt of an acknowledgement and confirmation letter from New York State Agriculture and Markets Commissioner Richard A. Ball that resolution number 2021-397, an 8-year review plan with modifications for the Livingston County Agricultural District Number 2 has been found eligible for districting. And thank you notes from Dennis Mayes, Michelle Reese, and Ashley Scott.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Shannon to please introduce local law.
Thank you, Chairman. Pursuant to New York State County Law, Section 201, the salary of an appointed or elected county officer can only be increased during the term of his or her office on the adoption of local law.
Thank you. We have two abstract claims for consideration.
Mr. Approving abstract of claims 12B, December 22nd, 2021.
Mr. Chairman, I approve this abstract and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Is there any questions or discussion on this abstract claims? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted. Approving abstract of claims 1A, January 12, 2022.
Mr. Chairman, I approve this abstract of claims and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Any questions or discussion on this abstract of claims? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris.
Aye.
Nunde. Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted.
We have several resolutions for the preferred agenda.
Appointing members to the SAY2 Board, Jennifer Rodriguez, James Perano, and Marilee Walker. Seeking funding for the establishment of a PFC Joseph Dwyer peer-to-peer support program in Livingston County. Resolution supporting the New York State County Veterans Service Officers Association's budget request to increase annual funding to county veteran services agencies in New York State. Proclaiming February 3rd, 2022 as For Chaplains Day in Livingston County. Appointing member to the Livingston County Youth Board, Beck. Providing for a public hearing to consider public comment on the county's Community Development Block Grant contract with the New York State Office of Community Renewal for an economic development project in the village of Geneseo. Appointing members to the Livingston County Environmental Management Council, Robert Donnan, Susan Walker, Raymond Case, Dan Desarn, Patty Levine, Darlene Newcaster, David Parrish, Alexander Pierce, and Paula Smith. Appointing Environmental Management Council Chairperson, Patty Levine. Appointing members to the Fish and Wildlife Management Board, Ivan Davis, David Finero, Gary Nageldinger, and Mark Osipian. Appointing voting representatives to the Intercounty Association for the year 2022, Dwight Knapp, David Lefebvre, Michelle Reese, and Donald Lester. Appointing members to the Livingston County Soil and Water Conservation District Board of Directors, John Maxwell, Susan J. Erdo, and William Wadsworth. Appointing members to the Livingston County Traffic Safety Board, Jason Wolfhanger, Zachary Cracknell, Thomas Cry, Mark Petrosky, Richard Sinzabaugh, Kenneth Buckley, Christopher Scallon, William Smith, and appointing member to the Livingston County Water and Sewer Authority. Providing for public hearing on proposed local law number A, 2022, local law applying the adopted 2022 salary revisions to all county officers serving for a fixed term.
Is there any discussion on the resolutions on the preferred agenda? Hearing none, I look for a motion in a second to bring it to a vote.
Move Schuster.
Lester. We have a motion in favor.
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde. Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. Ayes 1659, absent 350, adopted.
We also have some resolutions this afternoon that are going to require a separate roll call vote.
Mrs. Walker, authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for the Livingston County Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation, Reliance, doing business as Career Start.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Any comments or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, on the roll, please.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Ayes 1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contracts for the Livingston County Department of Health. Coordinated Care Services, Inc., Finger Lakes Health Systems Agency, doing business as Common Ground Health, Foster Martin, Inc., Nicholas H. Noyes Memorial Hospital, County of Steuben, and West Fire Systems, Inc.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Is there any discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, on the roll, please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
Ayes 1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County, New York State Department of Health, There are two.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Is there any questions or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contracts for the Livingston County Department of Social Services. Balanced Care Community Services, Inc., Catholic Charities, Dubin, Livingston, there are three. Child Care Council, Inc., New York State Office of Children and Family Services, UR Medicine, Noise Health, and various worksite sponsors.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Any questions or discussion on these resolutions? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing the Commissioner of Social Service.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution.
Resolution. Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lynn. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted. Chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contracts for the Livingston County Office for the Aging. Catholic Charities, Dubin, Livingston, Livingston Healthcare Systems, Inc., Nicholas Noyes Memorial Hospital, and Rochester Genesee Regional Transportation Authority, RGRTA, RTS Livingston.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Is there any questions or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for Livingston County. Cornell Cooperative Extension Association of Livingston County.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Is there any discussion on this contract? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
West Sparta. Authorizing the chairman of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contract for the Livingston County Office of Workforce Development. Vera Realty, doing business as Willow Creek Venue.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. Any questions or discussion on this contract? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. Mount Morris. Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde. Groveland.
Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous.
Thank you, Mr. Deming. Is there any question or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
County Board of Supervisors to sign the following contracts for the Livingston County Planning Department. Coronado County, Genesee Valley Conservancy, and Livingston County.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima. Bay.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. 350 adopted. Mr. Wadsworth, authorizing the purchase of 4 new 2022 Chevrolet Tahoe PPVSs for the Livingston County Sheriff's Office. Deneuer Chevrolet, Inc.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Any questions or discussion on this purchase? Hearing none, I'll roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima. Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
I-6 Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York.
Aye.
I-1659, absent 350, adopted. Amending the 2022 Livingston County budget, Department of Health. There are 4.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Any question or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland. Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I-1659, absent 350, adopted. Authorizing blanket undertaking.
Mr. Wadsworth, is there any discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia. Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland. Increasing mileage rate to 58.5 cents per mile effective January 1st, 2022.
Mr. Chairman,
6 absent, 350 adopted. Authorizing lease with the town of Geneseo.
Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. West Sparta. York. I-1659, absent 350, adopted. Appointing interim director of services, Jennifer Rodriguez.
Mr. Chairman, I move the resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Lyford. Is there any questions or discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle. Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon.
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Canisius.
Aye.
Geneseo. Groveland.
Aye.
Lester. Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris. North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen. Portage. Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater. York. I-1659, absent 350, adopted. I-1659, absent 350, adopted. Adopting salaries of the employees of the County of Livingston for the year 2022 and establishing certain compensations and benefits for other employees. Compensations and benefits for other employees.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask for unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. You wanna pass those out, or how do you wanna?
Yeah, yeah, previously, you had some e-versions, floating around previously, but this is the hard copy version.
Questions or discussion on any of the proposed salaries that we have?
How do you do it? Mr. Chairman. The committee chairs.
Ways and Means on Monday, the chairs were going to stay presented in this document, and the vice chair is going up, but we can certainly get a full board discussion on that if there's a flavor of the board to amend that at this time.
As a committee chair, I'm satisfied with the salary.
Thank you. Mr. Gadd, anything?
That was our understanding on Monday.
Yeah. I guess it's, at least for this year, it's going to stay as stated on the document. You see, which was basically just the same as what we got in the email. Just so everybody has it right in front of them, in case anybody has any specific questions. Is there any other further proposed salaries in this document that we have before us? So I'll do a vote then, Michelle. Hearing no further discussion at this time.
Avon,
Aye.
Caledonia. Lima.
Aye.
Mount Morris, North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde,
Aye.
Ashen, Portage, Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater, West Sparta.
Aye.
Absent 350, adopted. Correcting tax roll, Town of Groveland.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution and ask unanimous consent.
Thank you, Mr. Wadsworth. Any questions or discussion on this question of the tax roll? Hearing none, roll please, Michelle.
Avon,
Aye.
Caledonia.
Aye.
Canisius,
Aye.
Geneseo.
Aye.
Groveland. Lester, Lima.
Aye.
Livonia.
Aye.
Mount Morris, North Dansville.
Aye.
Nunde.
Aye.
Ashen, Portage, Sparta.
Aye.
Springwater, West Sparta.
Aye.
York. I 1659, absent 350, adopted.
Ian, do you have any updates for the board at this time?
Yeah, I did just want to get some consensus on my thoughts to move forward on the American Rescue Plan discussions. Basically wanting to put those in front of the applicable committee here moving forward. So not necessarily for today, although we can certainly talk about actions to advance today, motion from the floor, what have you. Basically having those ones that I presented to you as far as the list of things that have come our way for considerations for American Rescue Plan funding and actually putting them on an agenda at an upcoming meeting for a yay or nay vote, or if it's a presentation or if an informational update is requested, just sort of get a little bit of traction on that moving forward. So that's really all I wanted to present on that today. If anybody has any specific recommendations, thoughts, comments on anything else that's not on that list, again, as I stated before, there's no rush to spend that, but there's a couple things floating around that necessitate some board action I'd like to get on the docket for the next Ways and Means.
I do have a request, at least on the Village of Lima. I'd be interested in that, the request, how much service that's going to provide. I mean, in our goal to get service countywide, several initiatives we're working on, and I think Angela's going to do an update to the board and our next regular board meeting, but it'd be interesting to see, I think it was a request for 175,000, exactly what that would accomplish as far as deliverables, if we would
Yeah, I know we have the price tag from Mike with a
Right.
couple of bullets from the village, but I don't know.
I can speak to some of that, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
The Village of Lima applied for and received a cross-border grant to do fiber to inside the Village of Lima. It is a grant for $664,960, and the match is 178, which is 21%. They have engaged Hunt Engineers and Empire Access to do the work, same as the county. And our county goal is fiber service to every address. This simply moves us forward another week, just like if we had gotten another grant for another section of the county. The ARPA funds. And instead, the original plan from the Village of Lima was to go ahead and, if they received it, to bond the match onto the tax base. This would save them the cost of the bonding.
What were they doing with their money? I'm sure it was more than 3,500.
I can't.
You're asking for us for 175, right? The 178.5 then. Thank you. Other questions or comments on the other uses of the funding that Ian mentioned? You have any other updates?
That's all I got,
for us, Ian, at this time? Any other business to?
On the salary sheet here, in one,